All right, let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be taking a look at a game that came out into 1.0, maybe a little over a week or two ago. Maybe I'm a little off on my timing there. This is Ripout. So what is Ripout? Ripout is basically think of it as like Doom 3, if you're familiar with Doom 3 back on the Xbox 360, when they were going for more of like a horror type attempt on Doom rather than the boomer shooter or just like heavy gunplay of those games. Now this game is very heavy on the gunplay, but it is more on the horror element of that, and it also transitions it into more of a stage-based roguelite with meta progression, because it is in fact a roguelite in this one. It's a pretty fun game, and it has a pretty cool concept. The concept of this game is that you have a pet gun. That is right, my gun is a pet. It's got a little monster on there, and if I hold down my little F key right here, I can scan the room for any enemies that are invisible, and I can launch my pet and basically latch onto them, and if that pet or that enemy has a special ability, it comes back to me and modifies my character. Does things like gives me an overshield, maybe gives me a tentacle on my arm that lets me lash out at enemies, maybe a rocket launcher. There are different things that you can do with the different parts of the enemies you find. You can even so much change to it where you can throw this down as a turret instead, and it'll actually anchor the place down and basically give you cover fire. And because it's my assault rifle at the same time, I won't be able to use that, so I have to rely on my secondary and my melee weapon. While you're out there going about, you're basically recovering different resources from the different places you go, and you spend those resources upgrading your character, finding blueprints, and building new stuff. You can get new armor, new weapons, and each new armor and each new piece of weapon basically bronze your arsenal, allows you to strengthen your character for bigger and better dives. So I've played a good bit of this game, not a lot, maybe probably like 3 or 4 hours before, while they were working through early access. It seems like maybe not everybody is sold over on the 1.0 access. By default, it seems like perhaps the developers kind of ended their early access a little too early, mostly because they had a roadmap that went out about a year ago whenever the game went into early access, and two of the basically parts of their roadmap were not fulfilled as part of their plan for the game. So I don't know if it was because Cell's not doing great for the game, or if maybe they're planning on going back to it and they just didn't have enough time, or someone, like publisher or something, said, hey, you need to put the game out now. But it seems like a lot of people are a little upset that they didn't finish what they set out to do for the 1.0. But that being said, what's here is fun, and it definitely can also be played co-op, and so this probably leads itself very well to be playing co-op. More often than not, I find myself playing solo, so that's what the question we're going to be answering today is if this is something that it's good to play solo. So we're going to pick a mission here. I do not know if I'm going to live or die. There is a very good chance that I am going to die. And we're going to go ahead and choose a mission. So it looks like whenever you select a mission, I am in like the second area of the game. You can do one of these 3 randomly rolled missions, as well as a legendary mission or a quest here. And what you get as a reward from completing the levels is completely different. So I just got a new helmet, and this one has a different helmet altogether available for you to craft. This one has a bioscan, and this one has a pistol, which I believe we already have. I'm going to go to this helmet because I'd like to try to see what's the difference between this helmet and the one we have. So I'm going to go ahead and track this one right here, and then once we selected that mission, we'll then head to the back of our hub area and get into the back of my ship here. Now, if I die solo, it just means I'm a terrible player, because I am in fact a terrible player. But I do believe you get 1 token to revive if you are playing solo. I could be wrong about that, but if I die here, you'll see. So the way this game works out is that you're basically going to dock at the ship here. It's going to have a randomly set number of rooms that are going to generate here. Enemies will either be spawned, or they can jump out of cubby holes to try to scare you, because it does have some horror influence. As you can see, we have a couple already laying around. If I was outside of my ship, we could actually see them highlighted yellow here. But we're going to collect resources, and each room has a specific task. So for this room right here, it wants us to search that locker right there. So that's what we'll do. So we'll come out here. We have a flashlight as well. Keep in mind for that one. I'm going to go ahead and send out my pet for that and kill that enemy right there. As you can see, he goes over there. He comes back to me, and then it goes on a cooldown. So if I take this at a slow pace, which is definitely something the game wants you to do, you definitely want to make sure that you're being careful. I thought I got attacked there for a second because of the shook, but it was an enemy that basically dove out of that over there. We'll also find terminals like this one right next to us. That'll do different things to us, or for us. I like this one right here, sidearm boost, because that basically says that whenever we've set our pet out to do something like latch onto an enemy, especially if it's like a tankier target, it'll essentially allow us to do bonus damage. So we just killed an enemy there, but this enemy actually got absorbed into our body, and now we have a rocket launcher for the time for a couple of charges. As you can see there, down at the bottom right hand corner of my screen, we do have, oh, we ran attacked by something. Oh shit, what's hitting us? Oh, we got, oh shit, ah! Alright, so that got quite hectic there. Enemies come from all sides, as you can see. And enemy burst from this and damage to us. Luckily, if we get lucky enough, we can actually find a lot of sources of healing throughout the level. And there's going to be a lot of spawn plates for enemies. And just because we cleared out these enemies here does not mean that we're done. Matter of fact, as you can see right there, enemies will keep coming out of secret hiding spots if you check every nook and cranny of the levels. Luckily for us, my pet gun is doing a fairly good job about going out and keeping them busy. It essentially prevents the enemy from moving for a bit, which allows you to retaliate back at them. I heard an enemy, I thought, but I guess not. We can also shoot bodies on the ground, because sometimes the bodies aren't dead. And we have 57 health left, so I'm going to try to see if maybe, just maybe, so that's a dead guy. If you see shattered glass like this, we can in fact do that and get in here. We might find extra stuff in here. It doesn't look like it, but we do have toilets here. Can interact with toilets. I don't know why you would want to. I was hoping that maybe we might be able to find health kits in here. I also don't know why a space station decided it needs porta potties. You know, like, you got a spaceship. Why the porta potties, yo? You do have to watch out for things like electrical current. As you can see right there, there are points where currents are coming down and electrifying the floor. If you want to, you can actually hit the power panels like this right here, and it'll turn off or cycle power away from wires that are basically conducting electricity across the ground. It looks like we have gone and done everything here. So we need to interact with this terminal to complete the task in this room. We'll go ahead and do that. It'll start a little countdown, and then you're done, and then we'll move on to the next room. And then we'll do this for 3 or 4 or 5 rooms, however big the level is, and then we'll basically evac from the level. Now, it looks like we cleared all the enemies as well, because none are coming after us. We managed to find a couple of health pickups as well as some resources here. And then we'll hit this security checkpoint, and it'll open up the next area for us. I'm going to go ahead and reload my gun here. And the next door will open. Looks like the next thing is to push containers with passengers belonging to the extraction site. Can we see any enemies right out? I want to go ahead and take that out if we can. Now, you will find all sorts of foes dotted around the map. We even have enemies that can teleport. They're not fun. And sometimes we'll be able to get a drop on them early. One of the new things, or at least for me that's new, it may not be entirely new, is you'll see this like sparkly gravity energy right here. If you get too close to those, they'll actually cause like a small black hole. And it's really enticing to want to get near these things. I'll go ahead and activate one just so you can see. Oh shit, that one's shooting at me. Luckily it didn't hit, but it'll do damage for as long as you're standing next to it. Now I'm going to grab this health pack here. And that gave me like full health back. Make sure you check all your things, your corners. Personally, I move very slow in this game because I am very skittish when it comes to horror games. And of course we would run directly into a black hole after we just talked about them. They're not always super easy to see. I'm going to be 100 with you about that. And it makes me skittish because I don't do horror games very well at all. If you know me, then I get very jumpy. But this is a game that I'm going to be honest, like, I like my roguelike titles as much as the next guy. So, honestly, this one hasn't been too hard on me. But you see, there's definitely, like, jump scare moments like that. And I've been trying to keep my little thing about, my little scanner here. Because occasionally you will find, I mean, you see, oh, see, there's one right there. Oh, and of course, as I go to kill it, let's go. As I go to kill it, I have to reload my gun. There we go. Why do I always have to reload my gun at the worst times? How many bullets does this thing have? 6? I feel like I was reloading it like every 3 shots instead. Alright, that guy's not alive anymore. So our main goal for this floor is to push down a payload to an elevator right here on this platform. Before we can do that, I like to try to secure the room. What does this guy do for us? Fire missile. Okay, so we got another missile launcher here. So same thing as the little robot we just had, but we just refilled our rockets essentially. I heard something open. Sometimes it'll make the sound like something's open, but nothing will actually come out. I heard something. Literally behind us. Literally the only place I didn't check. I thought I turned around and didn't see anything there. But luckily for us, we managed to get a good decent amount of healing there. I'm going to go ahead and reload my weapon. Go ahead and get rid of that guy. It doesn't look like there's anything else down here. That guy's dead too. That guy's dead too. And I see a little black hole there, so I'm gonna be wary of that one. Now here's the payload. As soon as we start basically following this thing, it is going to call a whole bunch of enemies that we'll have to defend this against. They don't hurt that, but they will just come after me. Pet attacks more targets in succession. Let's try that one out. I don't know if I know that one. And we'll go ahead and start pushing on this one. So essentially all we're doing is literally just like pressing up on that one. Like, and I hear little critters moving about. I don't see any. There we go. Oh. Oh no. I didn't want to actually take this arm. I wanted the missiles. Alright, let's go ahead and keep pushing. Really? I suck at this. I'm trying to get this enemy before he becomes a nuisance. Alright, we'll keep on moving. Man, this thing is not accurate. We will have blockades like this from time to time that we'll have to destroy. That's okay. Trying to move around as we're pushing it. There we go. And that time we actually had a full thing of ammo to fight this thing. And we have a teleporter there. Where'd he go? There we go, he's dead. Got another blockade here. I heard a drop. I don't see anything, so I think we're good. Just gonna lift that up in there. And we're done with this objective, I believe. Alright, objective complete. Claim the luggage and proceed. Where's our little icon? Okay, there's our icon over there. We cleared out a bunch of enemies here, though, so that's good. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and take this guy, because he'll refill our missiles. There we go. He wasn't really doing anything to bother us. But I needed more missiles. Next thing's next is we need to go ahead and take out the enemies here. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and we're almost out of ammo here for our pistol. And it did a bit of damage there, but... Oh, and we actually managed to clear out all the extra targets. It chained over to the enemy. We need to pick that up. What is that? Looks like we found a arm schematic. And we got some more bullets for our gun. And we managed to also complete the level, so that's nice. We also have... Oh, I'm not going to say complete the level, because we still have to get out of this room, and who knows. I am going to try to essentially clear out this level, because I want to get all the goodies here. If I can. Oh shit. There we go. Those guys are dead. And we still have plenty of ammo, so we are good there. Let's go ahead and open this. Because if we can get schematics to drop from enemies, I might go ahead and take the opportunity to go ahead and try to kill all of them. Alright, there's actually an instance of us finding a body that was actually alive. Oh, this guy went through the window. He was trying to get away. And I believe those little grabby hands, by the way, they are not particularly great, because I believe, and again, I could be wrong on this, I believe they may have a chance of reanimating an enemy they connect to. I, again, could be wrong, but I think that's happened. Any other enemies here on the level? And I feel like this is actually a fairly short stage, but it's representative of what's here at large. There are definitely bigger levels. There are definitely enemies, more enemy types in the game that was displayed here. And obviously, as you get through the game, you will uncover and discover more alien archetypes here and whatnot yourself. Let me go ahead and just reload my gun while my guy deals with that. And in par for the course, because it is a roguelite, every single run, you will not have the same upgrades. You will have to find new upgrades, new stations, and all that sort of jazz in order to continue on in that level. So it kind of builds up build diversity, I guess, whenever you're taking different perks, and I'm sure as you get further into the game, you also find access to different perks or better perks as you go along. So right here you see a breakdown of all the statistics that we find whenever we go through that. So in doing so, we found the beetle gloves as well as the ant helm. I wonder if there's a bug thing going throughout the entire game. It also shows you how many times you ripped out enemies, which I assume that means just like, I don't know what rip out specifically means because we killing rip outs. Oh, okay. So rip out means we hit an enemy with it, but not necessarily killed, and then we killed 8 enemies with rip out. We retrieved 6 critters and used them. And then there's also one that said sync rip out. I'm assuming that's more of like a multiplayer statistic. Alright, and now that we've done that, we have a weapon station here. We also have a crafting station. We can go in here and find any weapons that we may have found. We didn't find anything there. It would have been, we also have support mods, sidearms, melee, and garment, which is what we just unlocked. I don't remember. What is it that I'm wearing right now? I am wearing the beetle helmet, the task force gloves and body, and task force boots. So the fact that we found the beetle stuff is actually going to be really good for us because it's good for melee damage, it's good for stamina regen apparently. And then let's see. Oh, the ant helm could be pretty good because it gives us a 10% sidearm boost and 15% crit chance. That can be pretty nice. How much alloy do we have? We don't have enough to make both pieces. But we do have enough Garanian component in order to buy them. So for one gives you... Oh, one gives you 50? Yeah, I'll do that. Because then, yeah, we can do this. I'll go ahead and build the beetle gloves, as well as the beetle boots, because they are also defensive upgrades, if I can remember correctly. And I don't think this is where you go to basically pick your loadout for each mission as well. Now that we've done that, in order to swap out our armor and stuff like that, we come over here to the locker, and then you can see everything we have by default. By default, you have the task force set, but we just unlocked the beetle set, the arms and the legs, and we're gonna go ahead and equip that. And then we're also going to equip that as well. Okay, so the helmet gave us damage reduction and gave us a melee boost. This one gives us an additional melee boost. So this is like a melee boost central type set, as well as pet damage. And then we got the stamina regen. The only part that we don't have is the body for the beetle set. Okay, so I do have that equipped. Alright. It kind of looks like a weird Guyver suit, honestly. We also have a place upstairs. This looks to be like your loft where you come to hang out. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing to do up here. Apparently you can go in the shower and you can take a shower in your beetle suit if you so want to. But as far as other activities, I don't see anything else you can do up here. There's this arcade station that you can't do anything with. And I'm trying to gloss over everything. Or not gloss over everything. I'm trying to not gloss over everything. But more or less trying to give everything a chance to talk about. But I believe... Resurrection Station. What does this do? Oh. Self-rescue token. Oh, okay. So maybe this is where you come to get a token for whenever you want to try to revive yourself in the matches. Ah, okay. I also popped an achievement for that. I didn't realize. So we'll come back to the table. We'll hold down E on there, and it looks like we completed 4 missions, and then we have to also knock out 2 quests, one of which I already knocked out, apparently. Let's see, Destiny boots. So it looks like it was going to do another level. It'd probably end up being this one just because that's another set of armor that we don't have. And I have the pistol and I have the bioscan. And then the beetle boots. We already have that. Oh well. And like I said, I believe the size of it basically dictates how many rooms that you're going to run into. The only thing I don't know, can we find out tutorial wise what the symbol means? It doesn't look like it. Huh. But anyways, yeah, that is a quick look at Ripout in its 1.0 status. I think the game is genuinely fun, like on a survival horror roguelite. There's not many of those on offer in general. And if you have a buddy and you're looking for your like a horror first-person shooter fix that also has a roguelite spin to it, if that's your take on it, this might be right up your alley. I genuinely enjoy it. I don't know if this is a game I would put up plenty of time in, mostly because I'm always playing, hopping from game to game to game. I have a severe case of ADHD, apparently. But that's not me. That's not on you. I think the game is worth it. I believe this is on sale, not on sale. I think this is normally priced $30. And for the price of admission, being able to go through a variety of levels with friends, I think that could definitely be a night's worth of fun, a couple of nights worth of fun. But let me know, have you played Ripout? What do you think of it? Are you kind of disappointed in the not being able to finish the roadmap, or do you think they'll come around and finish the roadmap themselves? Because that would be pretty cool. I don't know how the sales were on this game, but it's kind of sad whenever something doesn't meet expectations or like meet the demands for the roadmap, or doesn't meet sales expectations either, because that means the longevity of the game could be short-lived. But I'm hoping that doesn't stop people from trying to play this game, because there is something here. It's definitely something different than what's on offer for most other games. That being said, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Later.